We had the opportunity to take a look at some ryegrass, overseeded Bermuda, that had some very distinct ring patterns on it. This gives you an idea of what the field looks like. It was overseeded a couple weeks ago, and these rings just recently popped up. Upon closer observation, we'll see what the cause of these rings is likely due to, and it isn't just strictly a pathogenic interaction, but it probably is an interaction with the moisture in the environment while the seeds were becoming established. If we take a look at the germlings, the ryegrass plants inside the ring are very stunted, and the roots are a little bit discolored. It looks like they may have had some drought stress that might have reduced their ability to establish. And then if we look at the larger plants as we go out of the ring, in this case there's still a little bit of stunting on the roots, but the plant's pretty good size. It still has not been mowed yet. That's the first leaf. It hasn't developed a second leaf, and that leaf is still intact, has not been mowed. But as we get further out to where the healthy plants are located, for example, in this plant, we see that the roots are much deeper. Some of the roots are a little bit discolored, indicating they might have had some drought stress. But the deeper roots are healthy. They got into the moisture a little bit further down the profile. When we look up the plant, we can see that the first leaf has been mowed, and the second leaf is establishing pretty well. So it looks like there are some drought indications. Now, when we look at the surface of the soil, we can see that there's a lot of mycelium associated with the surface of the thatch layer. It's degrading some of the old leaf tissue. You can see some mycelium over there also, and the whole surface layer appears to be colonized a little bit with some mycelium. And here's another example of the hyphae. So now let's take a sample of the hyphae over and see if we can see something critical under the microscopes, give us an idea of what sort of group of fungi are in there. And as you probably would guess from the title, we're probably going to expect to see something with clamp connections. Sure enough, when we look around, we do find abundant clamp connections, indicating that we are probably talking about a fungus in the basidiomycetes, which would be the group of fairy ring fungi. What we suspect happened in this case was that the overseed was applied. The seeds germinated fairly well in most of the areas. It looked like the germination was good. The water was turned back a little bit and allowed to dry down some, and those plants that were in the area of the fairy ring where there's a little hydrophobicity did not get to establish quite as rapidly as the rest of the plants, resulting in a ring of suppressed growth that we were seeing in the original photos. For more information on control and management of fairy ring, refer to the links associated with this video.